President Trump is warning one of his loudest critics in Congress, who says his cabinet members should be confronted in public. Democratic Congresswoman Maxine Waters has called for the president's impeachment. She urged her supporters last weekend to shame administration officials over Mr. Trump's policies. The president claimed yesterday that Waters called for harm to his supporters and said, "Be careful what you wish for." Ed O'Keefe is on Capitol Hill with the loss of civility in politics. Ed, good morning.
Good morning, Norah. Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer didn't name Waters yesterday, but said that no one should call for the harassment of political opponents. That's not right. That's not American. Now, anger is nothing new in American politics. You talk to most Democrats, though, and they'd say this all began during the 2016 campaign, when then candidate Trump openly taunted his opponents and encouraged violence at his campaign rallies.
Stephanie, how come you threw out Sarah Sanders?
The owner of the Red Hen restaurant in Lexington, Virginia, Stephanie Wilkinson, ignored our questions about her decision to ask White House Press Secretary Sarah Sanders to leave her restaurant.
We are allowed to disagree, but we should be able to do so freely and without fear of harm.
Sanders addressed the incident Monday and denounced the threats made against her.
Healthy debate on ideas and political philosophy is important, but the calls for harassment and push for any Trump supporter to avoid the public is unacceptable.
And if you see anybody from that cabinet in a restaurant, in a department store, at a gasoline station, you get out and you create a crowd.
But California Democratic Congresswoman Maxine Waters declined to apologize for those comments she made over the weekend. Instead, she blamed the president for increased hostilities.
This Don the con man will say anything. He is the one that's responsible for promoting violence.
It's the party of Maxine Waters.
At his rally Monday, the president only briefly called out Waters and made no mention of Sanders. But during Trump campaign stops in 2016, there were physical confrontations, and Mr. Trump didn't shy away from rhetoric promoting violence.
I'd like to punch him in the face, I'll tell you. If you see somebody getting ready to throw a tomato, knock the crap out of them, would you? Seriously.
Lawmakers from both sides of the aisle are calling for civility.
I would always hope that we would appeal to our better angels.
We're close to reaching rock bottom and continuing to dig.
Now, an Arizona Congressman, Andy Biggs, issued a censure motion on Monday night that condemns Waters. He says that her comments, quote, condone public violence and encourage action that jeopardize the safety and security of government officials. It's unclear when or if that censure motion would ever get a vote. John?
Ed, thanks. You know, Nancy Pelosi, the Democratic leader in the House, also, like Chuck Schumer, basically rebutted what Waters had called for in a tweet. So there is a message coming from the leadership. We're not going to get voters that we need to win back the House if this is the rhetoric that defines our party.
Yeah, they seem to be reluctant to mention her by name. I come from the two wrongs don't make a right school. It does seem like we're on a big slope to get to the bottom as fast as possible. You know, I think a lot of people could use Michelle Obama's memo. They didn't get the memo of, you know, when they go low, we go high. A lot of people need that memo again.
Agreed.
It's very unfortunate to see what's happening, I think, on both sides. Nothing is going to get done if we continue this way. Nothing.
Yep.